Day 24, still in Fargo. So as it turns out, Fargo has a great food scene. And besides the taste, there are also the names. There is the pickled parrot, and then there is the drunken noodle, and there is the toasted frog that I already talked about. There is also this cool deli that's called Smiling Moose. And there is a great place called Insomnia Cookies that will deliver hot milk and freshly baked cookies to you until 3 a.m. And there is Birnbaum's Deli that carries a full selection of bagels and schmears and anything else a real New Yorker might want, and I'm talking as a New Yorker. Fargo also has a gorgeous park along the shores of the Red River, which separates North Dakota from its neighboring state of Minnesota. And in the park, you can enjoy miles of walking trails and the river itself and the beautiful greenery, and also families of deer and wild turkeys walking around. And now to the original point of me going to Fargo, the wood chipper. First of all, it turns out that Fargo has a twin city, Moorhead, Minnesota. And there is a replica of the wood chipper that sits on the lawn outside the visitor center in case the center is closed and you urgently need to take a picture. And then, of course, there is the real prop of the movie inside with the legs sticking out, just like advertised. It also turns out that Fargo has a Walk of Fame. So among the noteworthy celebrities, in my humble opinion, they feature Jethro Tull, Debbie Reynolds, Garth Brooks, Def Leppard, Dr. Ruth, of all people, and surprise, surprise, Bill Gates. And now back to Scandinavian heritage. First of all, there is a beautiful Scandinavian Heritage Center in Fargo's twin city of Moorhead, Minnesota. And one of the most amazing things there is the Viking ship. In the early 80s, a bunch of guys got together and built a full-size replica of a Viking ship. And then they transported it by land to Duluth, Minnesota, and sailed it from there all the way to Norway in commemoration of the Viking voyages of almost 1,000 years ago. The Heritage Center is built to accommodate the full height of the mast and the sails, and the ship is just majestic with the afternoon light coming in from the ceiling and all the intricate details on it, and you can't help but think about the people of 1,000 years ago who not only built them without modern machinery, but they set out to sail them across the vast expanses of the seas and the oceans without maps, without knowing where they would end up or whether they would end up anywhere at all. And it's just awesome, and especially the fact that people are so proud of their heritage and they're so devoted to it. Now, speaking about devotion, as if the ship wasn't enough, there is also a retired biochemist by the name of Guy Paulson, who in the late 90s, early 2000s, traveled to Norway and took hundreds of pictures of Happerstad Stave Church, which is one of the oldest surviving wooden churches of Norway, dating back to the 1100s. And then he came back to Fargo and built alone, by hand, a full-size replica of the church, including the most intricate metal works and woodworking and the roof tiles. And you look at it, and that was built by one person alone, and you think, first of all, it's great to be retired and have all the time and hopefully the energy to be able to learn new things and to implement them. But again, you just can't help but being amazed how people are truly treasuring where they came from, and they want to know more about it and they want to preserve it.